Never talked about the purpose. Why is it that you need to be successful in reading? I just learned because you're supposed to do it, right? And you show up, yeah. Now, happily, our students are much more critical consumers of education, and I think that's a really good thing. So, if we wanted to create students who are lifelong learners, it's important that we do talk about the purpose and talk about why it is, bring them in, right? Why it is important to be able to read these pieces. And then they, in turn, will be much more motivated to learn to read.
For some time in our classroom, we've been studying root words. How do you think they can help as you go on in life? What do they tell you about words?
Lorette Peterson helps her students develop their English language vocabulary in a great exercise that focuses on Greek and Latin root words.
What do you think these tell you about words?
Most of the American language words, they come from Greek and Latin words, like shorten it up, like nomen. You can shorten it up and make it nomination to make it like I name somebody for this, like suppose like a president or something like that.
Very good. Ricardo?
For example, there's a big word you can turn into a smaller one instead of writing a whole big word.
Very good. It can really help you. And Luba?
Maybe if you don't know English and you know that Greek word, you can find out what it is.
I'm doing some work with Latin and Greek roots, which benefits all students, but particularly those students learning English because it gives them a wider range of vocabulary to draw from. Especially in the upper grades, there's a lot of context and content-heavy materials, like in social studies. And if they don't have a strategy to attack the text, then they're behind from the start. Let's look at our charts just for a moment. Can anyone add any more words to this list, Jonathan?
For extra, you could say extraordinary.
Okay, extraordinary, right? So it's beyond being ordinary. Good.
In a good way.
Right. I want them to have a wider word bank, hopefully expand their vocabulary and use the dictionary to develop more skills. Can anyone see any other words that you could add to this? Luba?
For geology.
We know that geo is the earth, and logi, remember, is the study. So it's the study of the earth, right? Any more that you can see?
For geometry.
Oh, interesting. Why would geometry have a connection with the earth?
Shapes. The building.
All right, let me tell you what activity you're going to do. Now, with a partner, you're going to get a set of envelopes. One has all the Latin roots in it. Not all, but some. And this other one has some definitions, what they mean. I want you with your partner to match them first. And then, after you've matched them, I want you to start recording them. Writing the root word, the definition, coming up with an example word, and then telling me the meaning. And I'll put a couple dictionaries on each table in case you want to use a dictionary, because this is a word study, right? We're learning about words.
Lorette Peterson teaches the students to learn. So now they can figure out new vocabulary because they have these root words in their repertoire.
Well, why don't you lay them all out so you can see them better? And then put the definitions on one side so you can be more organized.
By learning root words, they can attack words, look for meaning, and then use those skills in future situations where perhaps they don't know vocabulary words.
I don't mean self, right?
She's really helping to develop their vocabulary in ways beyond just memorizing vocabulary words or spelling words.
Contra. To hear.
Against. Okay.
Contra or contra?
Contra.
Against.
It's contra.
It's okay. I can just write the physics of the earth. There are hundreds of roots that we can look at, and we've just scratched the surface. We'll continue to expand our study on the root words to see that they're gaining more understanding and able to play with words more.